Why don't we take a look at my collection together? If something catches your eye, feel free to take it.
I'm heading east.
Interfere with the mixing process if you don't keep your voice down.
Best I don't see you over in the west, then.
What? The ability to not get lost some sort of talent?
Full of surprises.
Interfere with the mixing process if you don't keep
I
your
just
voice
saw a
down.
brick that wasn't properly stacked. What should I do? Now it feels like there's a little saurian scratching away inside my chest.
Best I don't see you over in the west, then.
What? The ability to not get lost some sort of talent?
Interfere with the mixing process if you don't keep your
I'm
voice
heading
down.
east. Don't you come with, you hear? Best I don't see you over in the west, then.
Interfere with the mixing process if you don't keep your voice down.
What
I'm
a
heading east.
place.
Don't you come with, you
Full
hear?
of surprises.
Over in the west, then.
Interfere with the mixing process if you don't keep your
I'm heading east.
What
Don't
a
you come with,
place.
you hear?
Full of surprises.
Cristóbal Gamer. Bienvenido al árbol de
If you're
Beard.
bored, why don't we take a look at my collection together? If something catches your eye,
Cristóbal
feel
Gamer.
free to take it.
Dice. Hola.
Buenas, Cris.
Interfere with the mixing process if you don't keep your
Por
voice
cierto, ya viste cómo sacar las misiones de la región. Ya las saqué, güey. Es después de que te encuentras a Mualani, güey. Te las dan luego de que terminas de que te cambian de cachina a Mualani como guía, güey.
Spin to win.
Cristóbal Gamer. Dice. Eso ya lo sé si ya termine toda la historia XD.
Ah, ok, vale. Va a chuparla, puto.
Onward and upward. We're back! We found Kachina's ancient...
Well, it's...
The Fatui again? But what if the
Leonicopolidis.
Además, tuve que hacer,
Bienvenido al árbol de Beard.
all you need to do.
tuve que hacer speedrun, Chris.
Dice.
There's no
Hoy.
need to
Hola
be so
Black.
mu-
Ya hablaste de
You have
Silonen.
nothing. Well,
No, todavía no. No hemos hecho nada. Desde la mañana hice el video. Chico, Chris, chécame porfa la categoría de Genshin. ¿Cuántas horas llevamos?
Cristóbal Gamer.
Acuérdate que tenemos que tener 30.
No mames, esa flor no me salió ninguna basura, todo subió a lo que quería.
Checa cuántas horas llevamos, porfa, Chris. Ay, Dios. Caí.
What is this place?
Cristóbal Gamer. Dice.
No.
Del que del
looks
sí
like
sí
there
sí.
are
Del Z y del otro.
You could-
De los dos, de Genshin y del otro.
Now, if you're curious,
Alright, Bob. This is a tape.
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already.
Con razón. Hoy creo que puse equivocada la transmisión, o le puse la del ZZZ y por eso no transmitía bien, weón.
Cristóbal Gamer dice,
It's quite tasty.
pero si
although-
de Genshin no debes llevar nada si apenas llevamos 2 días XD.
No mames, pues hice 3 horas hoy en la mañana y ayer hice como otras 3. Debo llevar como unas 6.
This fish
Y hoy probablemente haga otras 3. Ya serían 9, ¿no? En total. Vamos a hablar como ubica.
The powder still needs some time to settle.
Y revisa algunos streaming hacia atrás.
Cristóbal Gamer
Si alguno, por favor, no tiene
Sí,
la
pues sí.
categoría, no tiene la categoría de
Joel.
Zenleson y es de
bienvenido
Genshin,
al
por favor.
árbol de Vir.
A partir del día que
Joel.
corresponde.
Dice,
Item
Ya
holds a
salió
special
Mavica.
memory, just like a
No,
code
no
map.
salió Mawica. ¿De qué hablas, güey?
Leonicopolidis dice, ¿alguien
That's right.
sabe si la escarcha
items in my
divina
collection
podemos
actually
obtener
serve a
gratis
similar
más de un
purpose to the ancient
ciclo o
names
solo
passed
con
down
paso
No,
pasado?
solamente una.
Y la segunda pregunta es que si esa escarcha expira al terminar 40 días y ya no se podrá usar.
No creo que se
Dice,
pueda. Y nada más se puede usar cuando
en la
mucho
historia,
4 en
Cristóbal
una sola
Gamer
vez.
dice, @Joelipno obviamente.
They demonstrate the true shape of time.
The shape of
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight
Yo,
line
Eli,
that can only move
dice,
forward. We cannot
Yo
change
voy
the
en la
past
misión
or
legendaria de
predict the
Arlechino.
future. But
No me jodas, Joel. ¿Qué has estado haciendo, cabrón?
theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth, namely that the past, present, and future.
at once. Paimon's not sure she under.
Let's say your
Leonicopolidis
journey ended right now.
Dice,
Thinking back on
uf,
your
o sea que a los
experience
que
in each
obtienen gratis
nation,
una por
which
ciclo es
one would you
necesario
say was
usarla
the most
entonces.
important?
No, la
Cristóbal
pueden
Gamer
guardar. Pueden quemar 4
dice,
por ciclo, ya.
Leonicopolidis
Pero solamente les
no
dan
expira
uno.
la escarcha si mantienes que juntar 4 para un Calais XD.
Solamente se puede quemar 4, ¿vale? De un golpe. Por ciclo. O sea, ahorita no recomiendo que la gasten, ya,
Cristóbal
básicamente.
Gamer dice, no tendría sentido que expirara XD. Leonicopolidis dice, entendí mal, gracias Black y Cristóbal.
¿Qué pensás en su experiencia en cada nación que han visto? ¿Cuál de esas experiencias considera más importante?
Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name.
Cristóbal Gamer
Fate.
dice,
That
lo
does
que expira
kinda
es el ciclo
make
para conseguir la
sense.
escarcha.
The
Si no la
future
sacas
hasn't
durante los
happened.
42 días pierdes
Así
el-
es.
Already exists.
Humanity excels at living in the present, but too often we forget
Leonicopolidis
the past and
dice,
neglect the future.
gracias, ahora sí
while the
ya entendí.
pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars
De hecho, hay un
lead us
video
to
de eso,
the
les expliqué,
future.
Cristóbal Gamer dice,
Only by uniting
Tú
the
ya
people
sacaste
of
la
Natlan
escarcha,
across
supongo, ¿no?
countless eras can we fight back against an enemy
Te dan
as
una
powerful as
gratis
the
por
Abyss.
correo, creo, si no me recuerdo, y una te la dan por la historia, tengo entendido. O sea, son 2 que vamos a tener ahorita, creo, si no mal recuerdo. Los puntos no tan formidables como el abismo es porque la gente no
Cristóbal Gamer
permanece
To
en
come
él.
dice,
up with such a set of
no, pero de
rules,
la máquina
the
pues.
first Pyro Archon must have
Ah,
possessed
no
a
recuerdo.
level of insight I can only imagine.
Ah, que si ya le di artefactos a comer, no. Ni pienso yo creo hacerlo, weón. Y si lo hago, ya lo pensaré bien, weón. No se me hace rentable la mierda esa, weón. Se me hace una asquerosidad estúpida, weón. Pero bueno. Gastar demasiados artefactos para un solo artefacto es una mierda, weón.
That's correct.
Leonicopolidis
At first, he was a mortal
dice,
man with no special
si ya la
power.
saqué y no me deja
After
hacer
he
otra.
ascended to the
Si vi que
divine
subiste
throne,
video pero
he
no he
used it to
usado
borrow
YouTube
power
por
from
falta
the
de
heavens
tiempo.
and establish the rules of Natlan.
Sí, el primer halcón te piro
Cristóbal
también era
Gamer
humano.
dice, pero ahora te están dando experiencia de artefactos por todos lados.
Los uso para subir. Tengo 3 sets que subir. Tengo que subir el de Kachina. Tengo que subir el de Malani. Tengo que subir el de Kinik. Tengo que subir el de Silonen. Así que no tengo para estar tirando a los pendejos. Sí, sí, sí. Ya ni me dejaron leer, coño. Déjenme leer la historia porque quiero ver qué pedo pasa. Me hacen enojar, pinche
Cristóbal
Cristóbal me hace
Gamer
enojar.
dice: Ni que sacaras
Ay, güey,
artefactos
la verga.
perfectos diarios XD.
Hoy los voy a silenciar para que me dejen ver la puta historia tranquilo, weón. También, hermano, no tenía esta habilidad innata, pero usó el trono divino para tomar prestado su poder del cielo y crear las reglas de Natlan. Ronova. Ok.
Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to archonhood. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us. And when that person ascends to the divine throne, their inner flame will awaken. In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this land. After all, that's how I came to know everything I just told you.
So, it all comes down to the power of the divine throne and... Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes, that's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised.
Vale, o sea que ellos pertenecían al pueblo de Kinik, ¿no?
I
Supongo.
turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! It looks like the... Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing this portrait, it kind of makes... It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon...
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry! Paimon's mouth works faster than your brain sometimes!
Igualita a mí habla pura mamada. Pero sí. Nos vemos, que no quiero pelear. Ya lo veré en 3 meses cuando haga la misión. LOL. De todos modos, Joel, tienes que hacerlo porque te dan 500 protos por pasar la historia, ¿vale? No es porque lo vayas a dejar. Tienes que hacerla a huevo, si quieres esas 500 protos. Si no, bueno. Y son 1500 porque son 5.0, 5.1 y 5.3.
It's all right. No matter what others may say, my past is a precious part of my identity. Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibilities, so it impacts how often you get to see them. My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often bring me a large pot of his cooking, and he would sit on a one time, we didn't close the door securely, and the saurians you were raising, my sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess.
Wow.
Isn't that what being a family is all about? I think about that as the Archon. I made a vow to defend this nation, and experiences like that.
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old.
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built... Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Iansan, Mulani Chaska, place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin.
Bueno, nos vamos para el culo.
Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven, ancient name, take us to your fated bearer.
Am I hallucinating again?
Ay, mi madre, voy a llorar, weón.
Are you... Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to... Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyup is being affected. I was waiting for the Wyup to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed me. The Wyup saved me, even though its power is weakening. So I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I keep hearing these awful sounds, and
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you
Houston,
need to do
tenemos
is
un
stay
problema.
safe and wait for us.
Lo tengo
We'll
apagado.
be there shortly.
No, coño, es que no es que la maten. Por eso, bueno, por eso hay que leer, bueno, no, en fin. Ese es el problema de a veces leer la primera parte de cada versión, Chris. Esa es la ventaja, por ejemplo, de tener la cuenta secundaria es la ventaja. Como puedo ver la historia otra vez, ya, como ya sé qué va a pasar, entonces ya entiendo ciertas cosas que te dicen. Te lo explican al principio ellos cuando llega Kachina, llega a, ¿cómo se llama? A la zona donde pelean, ¿vale? Y se encuentran Molani y Ekinik. Explican que ellos van con el fuego que les da el arconte. Te das cuenta que el arconte como que les da una armadura, ¿vale? Esa armadura no es una armadura en sí, sino es una armadura espiritual, ya, por así decirlo, algo así, bien raro. Entonces, esa armadura lo que hace, y le voy a llamar armadura, aunque no es una armadura, es que cuando ellos van, ¿vale? Si ellos van a la noche, allá en las noches, es el puto telar del destino, para que me entiendas. ¿Cómo sé que es el telar del destino? Porque curiosamente hoy hice speedrun, ¿vale? Porque no tenía hecha la misión de Cariberto, ¿vale? Entonces volví a leer lo de Cariberto en la cuenta secundaria, me lancé tranquilo. Entonces resulta, estoy casi seguro, ¿vale? Que lo que está pasando aquí dentro de esta madre es que con la madre esa que le robaron a Daifle, ¿te acuerdas? Que le robaron un aparato, no sé qué cosa, y crearon el telar de destino. Estos vergas pueden manipular las líneas ley, ¿ya? Las líneas ley son las que permiten dar sueños y crear como otras especies de realidades, pero no saben cómo funciona al 100% y la tiene el hermano de la viajera, ¿ya? Cuando al final se lo cuenta, le dice que él la tiene o ella la tiene, pero no sabe cómo manipularla. Cariberto te explica que el telar de destino puede mover un chingo de mamadas y crear recuerdos en la gente. Algo así como el Imirsul, para que me entiendas, ¿ya? Entonces, el arconte los manda a ese mundo donde conviven con el abismo. En ese mundo, haz de cuenta como que habita el abismo, ¿vale? Es como una puerta entre este mundo y el mundo del abismo. En la misión, cuando regresas con Mualani, que Kachina se pierde, dan a entender que cuando ellos van a ese mundo, pelean con ciertos personajes del abismo que no sabemos. Yo al menos hasta ahorita no sé esa parte porque no he entrado prácticamente ahorita, voy a entrar por primera vez. Entonces se infiere que dentro del mundo ese del Night Spirit, del espíritu nocturno, viven las Guayop. Las Guayop son como guardianes, ¿vale? De la región de Natlan, pero no sé exactamente bien todavía qué son las Guayop completamente. Entonces esas madres, ¿vale? Hacen entrar a los de Natlan para que peleen con el abismo dentro de eso. Cuando se pasa esa guerra o esa pelea, si ellos ganan, ¿vale? Con uno que gane, ese uno regresa y el arconte hace el proceso ese de la canción de la resolución en la chingada y regresa a todos a la vida, todos los que hayan sido promovidos por ella para ir a ese lugar, ¿vale? Pero, si te acuerdas en el tráiler, en la 5.0, ella dice, o ellos dicen en el tráiler, si se mueren todos adentro, se pierden sus nombres. Haz de cuenta que los nombres de estos personajes que vienen desde la antigüedad son como anclas, ¿vale? De hecho, te lo dicen en la misión cuando van a crearle esa madre para sacar el nombre de Kachina, te dicen que consigas unas anclas, ¿vale? ¿Para qué? Para poder traer el nombre de Kachina de nuevo. Entonces, esas anclas son los nombres y al principio de la historia de Natlan, Kachina te muestra su ancla, ¿te acuerdas? Te enseña una piedrita, te la enseña en el ¿cómo se llama? Con Pakal. Pakal creo que se llama el líder de Kachina. Ese güey le dice a Kachina, muéstrale la piedra y se la muestra al viajero, que es una piedra donde viene su nombre, pero no es un nombre de Kachina, es un nombre de el espíritu al que ella pertenece, el nombre que le dieron, pues el nombre antiguo que le dieron. Y ahorita lo que hicimos, como se destruyó esa ancla entre comillas, ¿vale? Creamos una nueva, la cual en teoría es el nombre de Kachina, que es la piedrita que hicieron para volver a llamar a Kachina, ¿ya? Haz de cuenta, por así eso fue lo que yo entendí. Ahora, yo no entiendo contra quién carajo pelean adentro. ¿Por qué creo que es el abismo el que está manipulando eso? Porque, te vuelvo a repetir, hace poquito volví a ver la misión de Cariberto. Y Cariberto explica que el telar del destino es donde habita o donde prácticamente estos putos, los caballeros estos de Caenria, lo querían o lo manipularon para obtener todo el puto poder que tienen. Por eso Oro es tan fuerte, por eso el hermano de Daifle es extremadamente fuerte, por eso el huevón ese de los Fatui también es fuerte, el que es más arriba del Capitano, porque esos cabrones manipularon el puto telar para volverse más fuerte. Y por eso se volvieron seres como etéreos y la mamada, son poderosos, pues. Por eso es que el Capitano es extremadamente poderoso, pues. Porque probablemente es uno de esos cabrones, ¿vale? Que manipuló esa mamada. Y todos esos otros cabrones que no se han presentado como Oro, ¿vale? Tienen mucho poder por esa razón, porque los cabrones manipularon el telar, ¿ya? El telar es como la puerta entre el infierno y la tierra, es como un intermediario entre la tierra y el infierno, pues, para que me entiendas. No, sí. Todo el mundo de Teyvat está en, ¿cómo se llama? En las líneas ley, ¿vale? Todo lo que sucede en las líneas ley es un río. Si tú te metes a una línea ley y tardas mucho, se pierde tu nombre. O sea, se pierde, pues te mezclas en el río. Como si tiraras agua en un río, pues obviamente la quieres volver a sacar, ya no va a ser la misma. Pero tú entras rápidamente al recuerdo y vuelves a salir, no pasa nada. ¿Por qué? Porque al final de cuentas no te fuiste completamente en el río, sino haz de cuenta como si vaciaras medio vaso en el río. Se va la media agua, se pierde, pero la media de adentro sigue siendo la misma, ¿ya? A eso se refería cuando decía esta vieja. Por eso cuando van a pelear rápido y regresan. Si te fijaste, no tardaron mucho peleando. Cuando muchos explican que fueron como 2 días, ¿vale? Y en ese transcurso dan a entender que Chasca de alguna manera perdió a Cachina. ¿Por qué? Porque Cachina se sacrificó por el grupo. ¿Por qué? Porque Cachina sabía que aunque ella muriera, la podía regresar, ¿cómo se llama? Mabuika la podía regresar. Pero, oh sorpresa, descubrimos que no la pueden regresar. Y no la pueden regresar porque, al parecer, el telar del destino lo están manipulando los putos del abismo, que son los que están con el hermano del viajero, por lo que yo entendí, hilando y mezclando la misión de Cariberto con esta madre que está pasando ahorita, ¿vale? Puedo que me equivoque en ciertas cosas, pero prácticamente es eso, ¿vale? Ya el abismo, como tiene esa madre, el telar completo, ya empieza a manipular las líneas leyes como quiere, pues, y están afectando a los otros países. ¿Ya? Venga.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk. I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me.
Puta, me va a hacer llorar, weón.
You're always like
Ya es la tercera vez que lo dice la puta, weón. Hola, Fadet.
We're coming for you, and that's final. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. No, but you're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you. And I'm really scared.
La madre me va a sacar las lágrimas, weón. Cuando llegó y peleó contra Malani me sacó las lágrimas, puta madre, weón. Cuando me entero que la pierden adentro, weón, puta madre, me sacó las lágrimas. Y ahora también me vas a sacar las lágrimas, puta madre, weón. Pinche personaje chingón, weón.
All you need to do is place your trust in us. Just like you always. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind.
Yeah, we're so close.
Ahora, lo que yo no entendí. No es la primera vez. Lo que yo no entendí o no he entendido hasta ahorita, por qué la Arconte habla al viajero para que entre cuando no lo conocía. O sea, quiero pensar que cuando tocó la estatua de alguna manera Mabuika sintió que él estaba en la región o algo así. Porque le da a entender, sí, te estaba yo esperando, dice, pero nos conocimos en otra manera.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. You have to traverse the Night Kingdom. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose you to corrosion.
I know. I'm prepared for.
All right, then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in dealing with abyssal corruption. That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
No, I just feel bad for creating more work for her.
I'll go with the
No, porque no me dejan escuchar la conversación, coño.
The stronger the party. Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't
Su
be able to
madre, la
provide
trama
much
de la vieja esa,
constant
¿no?
support, but I can still keep an eye on the situation from here. Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle,
That won't happen.
I hope not.
Ah, pensé, como la pusieron así, dije, verga, me dieron a usar a Mahuica, ¿qué pedo? Yo dije, ¿qué pedo? Me dieron al arconte, güey. Se mamaron, güey. Por cierto, me gustó, güey. Me encantó la cachina, güey. ¡Qué verga! Se murió. No aguantó, güey. ¿Esta qué es? Lirio. ¿Esta qué pedo? Esto no me ha salido. Ah, ya, vale. Es es del evento. Ya. ¿Qué le voy a dar regalando a él? ¿No viste que no me pude suscribir a su canal la vez pasada?
So we're underneath Natland right now? It looks nothing like...
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragons.
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their own advanced...
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so no one really knows what these ruins have been abandoned for a long time. But with the recent increase in abyss activity, the installations around here... So what you're saying is... we're not...
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle from here on.
Why are you all laughing like...
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking in, right?
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Parece un elfo, güey.
Then let's go. We won't let anything stand in...
Porque la hija de Nagira con Sino, no entendí, está choto, güey. ¿Cómo que la hija?
Road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natland's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
Such as?
Vegetable juice. Want some?
You know, Ian-san, Paimon feels like the two of us might not see
No nos vamos a llevar bien, dice.
Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Our bond is strong. Rain outlines your fate. Let me read you a verse. Huh?
Temple of Wisdom.
Adiós, asquerosos. ¿Cuántos cofres sacaste aquí, Chris? 4, 5, 3, 2. LOL.
Oh, the place we need to go seems really high up.
Rain outlines your
Sharing my knowledge.
ready. I'll settle this. Witness the power of Gua. Where evil lurks, shoot on sight. Into the shadows. Rain outlines your fence.
The Temple of Wisdom.
Let me weave you a verse. Ready. Hunt them down.
Lightning terrified. Make yourselves at home. This way through the...
Oye, Chris, estuve pensando... ¿Qué build podría llevar esta Silonen? ¿La misma de Cachina? ¿Por el aumento de daño al equipo de maestría? ¿O por la explosión noctambular? ¿O le pondríamos uno de full defensa? Sería el mismo de Cachina, ¿no? Según yo sería el mismo de Cachina, ¿no? ¿Verdad? Sí, o sea, sí, support, por eso te digo el set de Cachina. El mismo que lleva Cachina, pues, de Noctámbulo.
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up and we'll be there.
Nothing to it. Easy for you to say.
Viene el desmadre. Está la brecha.
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about.
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar. It also...
We actually have to go in there? Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before...
Que a nadie se le ocurre empujarla. Dice.
Hey!
Es que da muchas ventajas, ¿no?
Paimon, you're pulling too hard!
Looks like we made it. This is the... It looks so different from what I imagined in the stories. That overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina here in the first place.
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies.
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna make it out. We obviously can't go back the way we came.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down...
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came... If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here, all we...
That's it?
Ojo que es la primera vez que Paimon entra a un dominio con nosotros, ¿eh?
You really think that little of Paimon? That's not even why Paimon...
So that means all we need to do is find.
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world. It's a
The terrain looks difficult to navigate. And the visibility's... Yeah, these floating black things don't look super friendly either.
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right? Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malco. I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling out to me. It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. Of course, it could only do so much. I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the spirit...
Pichama fue el que nos ayudó a hacer el ritual, ¿verdad, Chris?
We could have done much more. But we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama and his tribe would
sí.
have been in danger.
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. Under the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected. Turns out even our regrets were exactly the same.
Whether in triumph or death, you want your best friend by your side.
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but it's not... You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? She's being chased by an... I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me. Be careful. This place has been severely...
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Quick, get back here! You can't go wandering. Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being. I won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way. Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
Share my knowledge. I see everything.
Where evil lurks, shoot on sight.
Curiosamente me recuerda a las arenas de Sumeru y también me recuerda a esa zona donde estaba la anterior casa de los Naranara.
Oh, Paimon can't see anything.
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
A su madre, son un putero.
Did you hear that? What? Never mind. It was...
Don't scare Paimon like that.
I heard it too. It was a voice from the abyss.
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't harm.
Ok, el viajero está viendo visiones.
Paimon just heard it too. Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place.
Ah, mira, encontré a Cachina. Sin querer, weón.
We're here, Kachina! Honey? Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these. Good idea. Let's. Out of my way! Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power. Grow, grow, grow!
Loaded.
No, my sword! Rain cutter!
Commit it to memory. Make yourself at home.
Hunt them down! Our bond is strong! Not good! No, my sword! Lightning terrible! Let me weave you a verse.
This may hurt a little.
You're here! You're finally here! Thank you so much! That monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught the YF's power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay out of sight until you had a girl. You did so well. And most
Should we start heading back then?
actually, I have a request. I can't exactly put it into words, but something's wrong. That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wyab can. There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyab can extend their consciousness over the entire realm. But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become.
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if we could drive. Still, we can't just leave the YUP to suffer. It's protected me this whole time.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Kachina? What's... nothing. Just a headache. And that voice again.
Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's our...
No, I'm fine. I don't... Just up ahead. I'll lead the way. Besides... Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you. But that's because we want to help the Y-Up. You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit. All right.
We've already come all this way. So we...
Let's go.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself? That's too dangerous.
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbye. So go. Achieve your goal. And return...
Thank you for everything. You're a true hero.
No one fights alone.
Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk. I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that. Wyab, I'm back. My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyab, can you hear? So we were right. The contamination is already... All right, get ready, everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
Careful. We've got company.
Este hijo de la verga, cómo jode, weón.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility. He tried to get in my way, so I disposed of him. He would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than worrying about it, you may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now, and it will... No. The power of the abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a masterful work of art. I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out humanity is that is the tragedy of your short lives. You understand nothing of all-encompassing power. Ancient names, pride, friendship, all empty ideas invented. The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Anything to avoid sharing power. Anything to avoid handing over the primordial gift to ordinary... Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina...
Kachina, give me your hand. Feel that? Thanks, Moalani. You're because I'm not alone anymore. You're right. Maybe comforting ideals don't have any power, but you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for your own strength, so you will never understand the true source of our power.
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back down? The power lies not in the ideal itself, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal, and in our decision.
Well said.
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than two of us to handle an enemy like this. Sorry in advance, but you... There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're together.
Vale, esperaba a alguien más.
Right here. Clear the area. Woohoo! Amazing. Check this out. That's the one. How fast? Off we go. Woohoo! Ha! Need a surfboard? Carving waves. We won! We actually won! That's what he gets for under... Fantastic work, Kachina! This makes me so... I'm happy too, Moalani! Together we really are unstoppable! Huh? My ancient name is... glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it with me!
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain why it's glowing all of a sudden.
Wait, does that...
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so over... Still, seeing you pull it off. Everything you said was exactly right. As isolated individuals, it took years' worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering for me to understand. The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one, everyone. Only then will we have the power to defeat the strongest of foes. Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years ago.
I've heard that name before. You were the
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, that means you have fully embodied the aspiration. Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan from its impending doom.
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel against stone, its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan. even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
What's wrong, Moalani? Ah, so many memories. So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did you just figure something out?
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to...
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have to. I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was also...
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus on... Okay, that should be enough.
I hear your voice, Kachina.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon some... I'll keep searching within myself for the answer.
You are already an outstanding child in...
Huh?
You are all my most beloved children. It has always... Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents, focus on who you want to be. You are already... The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. Just like your parents, my... It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion. But it is... Go now, my children. Save Natlan on behalf of all...
I know we've never met before, Wayab. Thank you for encouraging Kachina. It was
Venga, se va toda la mierda ahora.
We're out of time. It's the power of the abyss. Quick, we need to...
It's a Seelie! The Seelie opened the way for us!
Ya es un Silly aquí, no sabemos, ¿vale? Solo sabemos que está ahí.
The opening in the sky! It's closing!
We need to hurry, or we'll be stuck here!
No, pues sí, con eso.
Quick, through the middle!
No, pues sí. Con la velocidad que llevamos va a llegar ahorita, ¿no?
Faster!
We'll never make it!
Oh, la cachina, ¿no? Pucha, no lo alcanzaron, ¿no? Arconte.
You've done well. Now come home.
The Pyro Archon.
But she's not here. Yeah, didn't she say
She's still in the Speaker's Chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom.
So you're saying her?
Every great display of power. You must feel terrible, Kachina. Just hold on. Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archon.
I recommend getting a full checkup. Just
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler?
Nah, me sigue gustando el Raiden, weón.
You always seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom.
Right. The Wyatt mentioned something about the Pyro Archon.
I'll let her explain everything. We're all a part of the plan now. Every move we make from here on out will decide.
Vale, este es otro camino que va hacia acá. Venga. No me fijé que había en el cielo, Chris. Después, sí lo intenté revisar, pero como estaba metido en la esa, no lo revisé bien. Tres, 6. 3 tronos y uno para el arconte. A la hermana de Chaska.
Huh. There's a lot less stuff here than before.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first. It's best not to let any...
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon... Take a seat, everybody. All right, that should do it for now. But just to be... I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you.
He always has been special like that. He can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected either.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great...
Of course. I still have patience to see, so...
thank you, Koichi.
All right, all right. We might not see eye to eye, but we both just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things out between us.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. You've seen it for yourselves now. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our name...
Huh?
No.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people working with me to save this nation. Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster the Abyss...
Mulan told us a little bit about...
500 years ago, all the nations, unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst of... The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. In the end, victory came at the cost of our civilization. Even then, it took centuries of solving the disasters caused by the Abyss to finally... And still, this is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have merely been driven back on...
I'd never...
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as immediately after the war. Our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 500... But at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed in victory. Our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling, and the line of power passed down from the Wyatt nearly set. If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream of defeating the... So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me a series of new memories. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, I guess I've been chosen to play an important role in it. But there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then. And it was you.
Huh? doesn't make any sense. The Pyro Archon is supposed to be human.
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time. Or rather, the natural limit. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power. But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. We can only a human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, I placed only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your second life?
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together. If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribes. The goal was to reunite the people and restore the strength of each tribe's Wayab. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wayab would
Hola Lucas,
a
bienvenido.
hero, indicating the tribe was once again ready for war. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation.
So that means I'm one of...
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. It means unity. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully understand.
So in other words, you always knew who the Wayab were going to pick from each tribe?
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. But the 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago, but the intel regarding once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom. Communication between the...
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring Kachina back.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not possess intelligence. If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. The ancient name-bearer must establish a greater... So, I've tried my best to help them from the sidelines. Currently, Shilonen of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names.
Vale, ya apareció Silonen. Ojo con eso, apareció Silonen. Kinich. Iansan que ya está. Y ya está.
During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
Faltan 2 personas. Que en otro caso debería ser la rosada, ¿no, Chris? Debería ser la rosadita que la nombran mucho, la nombraron ya mucho, que vimos en la historia. ¿Y quién nos faltaría? El otro tipo, ¿no? El que sale con Capitano, ¿no? Debería ser ese, supongo. A menos que haya alguien más.
But we have less than a year.
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency of the situation.
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about my role in all this? Wouldn't that...
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early could mean failing to realize, just like your determination to save Kachina. I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes from your own strength of will, rather than a sense of obligation.
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final 2 heroes are then?
Ah, puede ser Chasca, no conté a Chasca, fíjate.
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hinder their development. I can only trust in the judgment of the Wyatt. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on others that we managed to get... Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual, but in us all. You're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought I might get away with avoiding...
Huh? Oh, right! All of the stuff you stored here before? Where did...
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk, and Mualani has an important role to play in my plan. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more.
Fuel?
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant trait they all share. Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being carried in battle. On their own, each item's power is limited. But together, they're combined. By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant.
But weren't they all precious treasures? What about their...
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. If you hadn't saved the totem pole, and then it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echoes was... Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, it was out of a desire to if they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan...
Even when you put it that way,
There's no need. Remember what I told you about time? The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. We simply carry them with us in a different form. In that sense, if you still have regrets, let them fuel your resolve in the battles to come. Your deeds will become new legends and nurture new forms of power just like the items once stored here.
Well, we'd still like to return the favor.
Well, if that's the case, just treat me now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory feast and celebrate your team's triumph in the Night Warden, and we could all use the rest, that's for sure. Plus, you'll be able to
Still, now that I know the danger we're facing...
Try not to let it get to you. It's important to stay calm. Worrying about it... Alright. You should head out.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of warriors from all over Nat. They attract people from all walks of life. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there to bring all hot springs. It's been really nice seeing the children of my tribe get older. It's helped me gradually I've witnessed their energy, their determination. Even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold on to my anger for long. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. She possesses infinite... One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children. Just... So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise The Abyss is a cunning enemy, one that I faced in battle many times. Were that not the case, My rage will never know absolution, and my power will no longer aid you in victory. But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single sentence. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we... Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt.
Este es el de, este güey por el sombrero da la pista. Puede ser el de Casca, weón.
For Natlan.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again? But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die?
Verga, dejó a su
Can't
hermano.
ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make, and she deserves our support. We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you, even across time. We will all do our part to fight for Natlan's future.
Verga, está guapa la mamá, weón. Está más guapa que el arconte de la mamá, weón.
Always believe in you, sis.
La quiero de novia, weón. Me presentaré con mamá, weón.
No, seriously.
Y le haré otro hijo, weón. Un hermano del arconte, weón.
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
No entiendo el sentido de la caminata.
The
Es...
rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight.
Who will be the one to...
We are the inheritors of memory.
La llevaré a casa con mamá, sí, loca.
Those who
Está buena la mamá, loco, no joda.
and wind, those who forged our own destiny. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
No entendí el chiste. Solamente está recordando los recuerdos que quemó. Y ya. O sea, no aporta nada a la trama esa mierda, weón. Está de más. Creo que se entendió que sacrificó objetos valiosos para ella, ya. Punto. Creo que fue muy clara al decir que sacrificó los objetos. Se dio a entender de un principio en la última escena antes de ir al mundo al Night Spirit, al mundo nocturno, al mundo de la noche. Se entendió claramente el mensaje, ¿no? No tienen que poner esa escena otra vez. Más que para enseñar al arconte y enseñar sus tetas, ¿no? O sea, literal, ¿no? Fue lo que hicieron nada más. Y, o sea, fue prácticamente un fanservice.
Hey, Koichi! You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here. here, so I just came. No, it's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others. I'm so glad she made it back. It's.
Ah, well, you two had a fight.
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us a lot of useful information.
That's good.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken when we first met, but now it's like you're holding some.
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes.
So, what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty well. It helps her keep her cool. Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it back safe and sound.
But do you really have to go that far? Can't you just talk?
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. She can't learn about this, or it'll be even harder to help her. I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. I'll find a way to help her ease this burden. Anyway, I need to get go- Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their arguing? In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault.
No sé, me pareció muy mierda, la verdad. Lo único bueno hasta ahorita han sido las dos peleas. La de Kachina con Moalani y la de Capitano con Mabuika. Lo mejor de Natlan hasta ahorita, bueno. Lo demás es pura mierda, bueno, literal.